Good evening, Bethel, and welcome to another semi-daily. It's Wednesday, April the 8th. It's good to be with you. Just 2, maybe 3 minutes. Just touch base with you and share something a little bit wild. I think this is awesome. So this is a time when we're dealing with COVID and everything else going on, when people make wild predictions, wild promises. They say, this is what you need, try this. And then preachers get up and make wild claims of guaranteed healing, guaranteed deliverance, and show all these, can I say it, crazy promises. Here's an example. I'll give you this.
We'll exercise judgment right now.
Because we
In
have...
the name of Jesus.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Standing in the office of the prophet of God, I execute judgment on you, COVID-19.
Oh, Ramash.
I execute judgment on you, Satan, you destroyer, you killer. You get out. You break your power. You get off this nation. I demand judgment on you.
Wow. You can always count on Ken Copeland for something like that. And I'm smiling a little bit because I think it's a little bit amusing, and it's also incredibly sad, and I get really angry. The focus that we should be having should never be on viruses and paychecks. It should be on something higher, something greater, something deeper, something more that captures us and keeps us. And the deliverance that this preacher, that preacher demands, as if we can demand something that is in God's provision. That deliverance is less than the deliverance that Paul talks about in Philippians 1. Did you notice it when we read it last week? I'll bring it up here and we'll just read it again. I know that through your prayers, Paul says, and the help of the Spirit of Jesus Christ, this will turn out for my deliverance, as it is my eager expectation and hope that I will not be at all ashamed, but that with full courage, now as always, Christ will be honored in my body, whether by life or by death. For to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Now, I'm going to come back to that verse, for me to live is Christ, to die is gain. That's an important verse. We'll come back to it in our study. All I want to say tonight is just this, and a minute to go, but there's a deliverance that we've already spoken of is guaranteed. It's inevitable. He that hath begun a good work will bring it to completion. It won't be brought halfway. It won't be half finished. There's a deliverance that is already ours, for Jesus is our deliverer. His name is the one who rescues, who conquers, who triumphs, who delivers his people from their sins. And it's a sure thing. So I don't want you laboring in the weight of, oh, here's something more I have to do. Here's what I have to labor on, and go after it that way. Remember the gospel. Remember that it's done. But as it's being worked out in your life, it is something for you to do. I say that not as in it's something for you to accomplish, but as it's something that you are working through. The deliverance that has been given to you is being worked out in your life. And that deliverance, he says, is coming, is sure. So Paul says, I'm going to be delivered. He writes from prison, I'll be delivered. I'll be delivered from this circumstance that I am, because that deliverance is honoring Christ. The finishing in my workout, the finishing of outworking, that finished work. Jesus has saved us and is saving us. Jesus has rescued us and is rescuing us. The finishing of what he has accomplished is being worked out in honoring him, as we honor him. He says, so I honor him in my body. He says, through your prayers and the work of the Holy Spirit. He asks them to pray for him, just as he does with the Romans, that they might remember him and pray for his boldness and courage. He says, here's what I want. Here's the deliverance that my life will show. My life will show the deliverance of God as, when it comes to its end, I honor Christ. This is what I'm about. This is where I want to go, because for me to live is Christ, to die is gain. I want to live for him. I want my life to be about something higher, something greater. I want that to so pervade my life that nothing else can take me down, that nothing else can defeat me. I can grieve and suffer and weep and hurt. I can feel it so deeply. I can feel it for day after day and year after year, but it will not bury me. It cannot bury. It cannot defeat. It cannot conquer. Because for me to live is Christ. I'm going to honor Christ in my body. Honor the one who was infected for us. Honor the one who came and touched us when no one could touch. Honor the one who has set us free from the law of sin and death. Honor him. That means, for example, that instead of complaining, instead of constantly sorrowing, angering against him, against God, we believe, we trust, we hope, and we honor him. And we say, for me to live is Christ. It's hard. It's hard because you have to start in every day remembering why he's so awesome, why he's so worth it. But this is the life that he gives. This is the deliverance that is guaranteed because it's Jesus who demands it. It's not me. It's not you. It's not Ken Copeland. It's Jesus who demands, deliver my bride. Deliver her to me. He says to Peter, Satan would like to destroy you, but I have prayed for you. I have demanded. I have put in a claim. I'm for you. This is awesome. Jesus is awesome. I love you, Bethel. I'll be talking to you again soon. I hope this is helpful. God be with you. Don't stop believing. Good night.